Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wild West Gamer with me, the Wild West Gamer, here for a PlayStation 1 review of an absolute classic. It is Metal Gear Solid. Sorry, Metal Gear Solid. Yes, tactical espionage action, and my God, is this game good? Made by Konami in 1999. Of course, the brainchild of Hideo Kojima. Games industry legend. This game is just amazing. This game is fantastic. I mean, just look at that freaking case, right? 2 discs. I mean, badass, like, instruction booklet. I mean, check that bad boy out. Double discs. I mean, discs even look at the disc, that sort of shiny chrome platinum finish. I mean, just Jesus, this game is good. I mean, anyone who loves Metal Gear Solid has played this game. Metal Gear Solid fans are some of the most dedicated and hardcore fans in the world. I'm not even joking. One of my mates, Mr. Christoph, massive Metal Gear Solid fan. He got me into Metal Gear. My first awareness of it was Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. The game famous for its controversy about Raiden as the main playable character instead of Solid Snake. But, all in all, it was still part of the lineage, still part of the story, still part of this overall Metal Gear world. The series was just fantastic. And because my friend was so hardcore about it, he could tell me literally everything about it. And it's just amazing. It's just it's like, it's this ridiculously like complex and convoluted backstory to this massive, it's like conspiracies and inside conspiracies, and enigmas wrapped inside mysteries. It's just freaking like complete mindfuck stuff. You just can't even begin to like fully grasp. If you have no awareness of Metal Gear Solid, trying to explain it to someone is just the most insanely difficult thing you are ever trying to do. While you can go with the main character is Solid, well, it's kind of Solid Snake. You've got Big Boss, you've got Liquid Snake, you've got Solid Snake, you've got Raiden, you've got Foxhound, you've got Revolver Ocelot, you've got like Fox Die and stuff like that. You've got the Metal Gears, you've got Metal Gear Ray, you've got I said Big Boss, but there are like 2 big bosses. It's just like you can't, and it's fucking nuts. It like mind fucks me just thinking about it. I mean, like they say, Hideo Kojima must be the only guy who sees this thing in one overarching picture. Seriously, it has to be, because it's just nuts. Just completely mental. But it's fantastic because it is such a conspiracy, such a story-driven piece that you completely invest in it and get swept along in this amazing story. I just don't want to spoil it for you. I really don't. I mean, it's such a good story. I mean, it's like James Bond with Indiana Jones, with a load of military science fiction thrown into it, with loads of like Jack Ryder films like injected into it, a massive slathering of like anything Tom Clancy's ever done, with like stolen nukes and Russians and stuff like that, rubbed in, and then it's been taken and blended together and then mixed together and then kneaded and doughed and rolled up and then molded into this shape, and then it's like been painted on the outside with just like fucking like shit your pants awesomeness. And that's what Metal Gear is. It's so good. I mean, it's the fact is, the main character, Solid Snake, is by far one of the all-time gaming icons and just world famous. Seriously, world famous in the gaming community because he is so cool. I mean, he is the archetypal badass in this. This secret agent spy who's supposed to be, all stealth and shit, yet he still pulls out a pack of, whatevers and lights them up right there on the mission, going, because Russian soldiers were highly trained in, counter intrusion, like operations never smell tobacco smoke. Stuff like that. He's always got a quick one-liner. He's always gruff and ready to roll. He still rocks a mullet. In like in the 2000s, it's like, okay, this guy's badass. Really cool, really good stuff like that. Just really fun characters. Then you've got characters like Raiden as well, who's like, yeah, mate, I mean, Raiden, of course, comes in the next one after this, and yeah, right, he's a bit of a girly looking, sissy boy, but at the same time, he is still quite a pivotal character to the Metal Gear franchise. I haven't played Sons of Liberty in a long time. Of course, Revengeance has just come out, which is all about Raiden. But again, Raiden's a really pivotal point in this. And what's nice is you get it's really, really strong emotional undertones of all these characters. There's really, really deep empathy that goes along with these characters, especially Raiden, because it turns out he's like a child soldier and some shit like that, and that's quite hardcore, quite tough to deal with. It's when you're used to hearing about it like on the news and stuff like that, about stuff that happens in like Africa, but it's games don't really tend to deal with stuff like that, and so when they do, it's quite like, whoa, this is full on. But with Metal Gear Solid, this Metal Gear Solid, which is, I guess I don't know really, because it was a 1987 one originally, for the SNES, and I don't know if this is really like a remake of it or like a sequel, but a remake, like a sequel remake or something like that. But it doesn't really matter, because it just adds to this, this pre-established mythos of Metal Gear, which you find yourself just drawn into. The game is, like it says, is a tactical espionage action game, and it was really one of the first of its kind, because what it said was that games don't have to be about you going into a room and blasting everything that moves. What it is you sneaking past said room in the air vents, very meticulously watching enemy patterns as they move around, so that you can sneak by undetected. Now, you could go in guns blazing, but 9 out of 10 times, if you weren't really good at it, you end up dead. But that didn't really matter, because you found yourself actually really wanting to be sneaky. And that is something that I'm not a massive stealth game player. I don't hate stealth games. In actual fact, I quite enjoy them. It's just because there's nothing really more satisfying than pumping bullets into rooms full of soldiers, is there? But this game really makes you want to keep Snake safe and keep him quiet, because it just adds to the flair of the game. If you can really outwit these soldiers, because some of the enemy patterns are pretty complex. The layouts of the maps of the levels, they're really good. You'll get a handful of gadgets for your disposal to use help trick the enemies. They're quite intelligent as well. So really, it all comes into when you're trying to sneak from place to place, you really are trying to avoid giving away any slight sign that you've been there, whether it be on snow, leaving footprints, knocking stuff, bumping into things, making a noise. You've got to be really careful and really, time what you do. It's all about, making the right move at the right moment, and that really adds to the tension of this. You always feel like you're surrounded on all sides, but at the same time, it always makes you feel in control of the situation as long as you keep your head about you. That's really good. Really hardcore game, which again is really good. I mean, this game really stands out as being a game that at the time was really radically different to what a lot of things are out there. This game treated its players as intelligent, mature, capable human beings who, when presented with a challenge, could learn and work through it. It doesn't spoon feed you. It doesn't tell you where to go. It says, you need to be in that building, but you're outside, and there's all these soldiers in between you and there, and a lot of open ground. Get in there somehow. That's it. That's all it gives you. And that's fantastic, because what it creates is infinite possibilities. Perhaps I want to throw an EMP grenade at the cameras and sneak in, through the door underneath it. But if I do that, perhaps it'll distract the guards. I know, I'll sneak over there, tap on the walls, get them interested, perhaps run around a couple of circles, leave some footprints, dart off, go over, Then Flashbang said camera and sneaking through the door. Perhaps I won't do any of that. Perhaps I'll sneak up behind each guy, knock him out, drag his body into a safe place to hide, and then sneak through the air vent that's over there. Perhaps I won't do any of that. You know, it really does give you a really good handful of ways to do it, so that you can play this game through the second time and have a completely different experience. If you're someone who likes to hoard ammo, so that every couple encounters you can just dick on everyone, go for it, do it. Sure, why not? If you're confident, that's how you want to do it. Perhaps you're someone who just like me, who likes to hold on to as many flashbangs as they can, and when the shit gets tough, start lobbing those motherfuckers out. Fine, go for it. That's the best thing about this game. You can do whatever you want, and that is really, really good fun. I love freedom of choice in games, because then you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Now, this was donated to me from a fellow gamer, from Miss Ella. If you are watching, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Absolute classic. And really good. You can pick this game up online. You may be able to find it in an independent game shop or a mainstream one or something like that. If you can, get it. Seriously, it is really worth it. This one, beautiful condition, absolutely beautiful condition, and it plays well, shows it. What you can see behind me is the intro video. Like you can see, really good intro video. Helps this game is on 2 discs, so they can bring you, a bit more of an epic storyline, sort of a la Final Fantasy. With that regard, which really helps, because this game has a lot of story. Now, if you don't want to pay attention to the story, it depends really. If you're going to play, very few people play this just for the gameplay. Metal Gear is a game known for a story, so you probably will want to play it for that. Like I said, I'm not going to give too much away, because it's actually kind of really hard. Well, first of all, I can't give anything away without spoiling stuff for you. Once I start spoiling, if I don't want to spoil stuff for you, it's just going to be confusing for you. You're not going to know. And also, like I say, while I've got a lot of time I can do these videos, I can do these videos for as long as I want. I have got to be honest with you, I have no interest in trying to explain the entirety of the Metal Gear universe to you. I can't, and even if I could, I have no idea how long it would take. Needless to say, though, that you can play these games just for the gameplay. You sort of lose really a bit of the what makes these games special by not paying attention to the story. But if you don't, it's your choice, isn't it? And as long as you're enjoying the gameplay, that's fine. But like I said, the gameplay is all about choice. You have a lot of different choice. Sometimes the gameplay is broken up by scenes where there is some action. Someone will chuck you a machine gun and you will be blasting guys away. The way the game makes you feel is that you feel like you know as much as Snake does, which is always good. It's always nice to discover the story with the character. Never find out the character knew something that he was never letting on. That it just pisses me off really when that happens. Excuse me, I'm yawn. There we go. Late night, early morning, and it's always nice to discover things with the character, because then the shock is like, whoa, just personally, fuck, that blew me out of the water. And then secondly, like, whoa, how's my character going to deal with this? Things like that, fantastic. And this game does that. Like I say, this is Metal Gear. Plot twists out the yazoo. Seriously, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Seriously? Just shit happens in this game that you're just like, what? I've been playing this game now over a month now. And I just had a blast. Absolutely loved it. It's a daunting task to pick it up to start with. Anything where there's like a case that thick with that many discs, 2 discs, you know what I mean. It's very rare nowadays to get 2 discs for a game. Any game like that always makes you go, ooh, like that. How long am I going to be here for? But with this game, once you start, you get into it and you really do enjoy it. You really do love it. And I would, like I say, recommend it. Really go out and get it. If you love Metal Gear, if you love where the series has come from, perhaps you never played number 1 and 2. Perhaps you played Snake Eater, and perhaps you played Guns of the Patriot. Fair play. Well, go back and check this bad boy out. You're really gonna enjoy it. the gameplay elements, in all fairness, the gameplay elements haven't changed that much. What's nice is this game has a really simplistic setup, which is that you've got your weapons on the bottom right hand screen, and you've got your gadgets and your gizmos on the left hand screen. And then you just can go through those anytime it pauses the gameplay. Go through, select them, pick one. Bob's your uncle. You've equipped it. You can use it. That's simple. No mucking around. No going off screen to jump into menus there. All on the in-game screen. That's really nice. Really good fun. I'm not a big fan of jumping out of gameplay to go and muck around with stuff. You do in a lot of hardcore RPGs, or at least quite in-depth RPGs. Fallout 3 does it, but Fallout 3, I give it. Well, no, Fallout 3, Skyrim. Any games like that. When they do it, as long as they give you something like that feels part of the world. Skyrim goes, up into the stars to upgrade your stuff, or you've got, you go through your sort of backpack and you can see all your weapons. So that's fair enough. Likewise, Fallout, you pull up the Pip-Boy. That's cool. With this game, it can't do that. What does it do? It just keeps you on the in-game screen. And that's really nice. I do not like being pulled out of game. It ruins the immersion for me. This game, complements that sort of idea, that style of gameplay. Very much appreciate it. Likewise, you've got stuff like this. The background screen is this really beautiful hand-drawn animation. It's by... Yuriko. I got the guy's actual art style. I studied for my art exam. Seriously, the guy is an awesome designer. I've got to find out who he is for you guys. But until then, likewise, if you get this game, hopefully try and make sure it comes with the instruction booklet. Why? Because very rarely I do an actual review on the instruction booklet, but for this one, it's just fantastic. I mean, that is all information about the game, like all information about the story. You've got these beautiful hand-drawn illustrations by that. You've got enemies. You've got Foxhound here. You've got Commander Campbell. You've got little things for certain. You've got things for tactical reloads, and little examples of that. Strangles, peaks, stuff like that. Ways, examples of how to do infiltrations well. Just stuff like this. It doesn't feel like an instruction booklet. It feels more like it genuinely feels like a tactical operations manual or something like that. You've got weapons. Look, Jesus Christ, look at this shit, man. Come on, look at that. That's what that just folds out there. Seriously, man. Seriously. I mean, this is just games just don't go into this much detail anymore. Oh yeah. Another thing, when you want to talk to your guys, because you've got this backup team, you've got your operatives, you've got Commander Campbell, you've got Naomi Hunter, Mei Ling, Tasha Romanenko, and Master Miller, who are friends, former comrades, etc., commanding officers, scientists, blah 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 blah. You can't just quick through, just pick up, quick call them. They're not on quick dial, speed dial. No, you actually have to manually type in their frequency, tune your frequency. And there, it does keep them for you, as you can see right there. But that's just how hardcore is that, right? Games just don't do this anymore. But what's cool is as you talk to them, you gain more and more history. Snake is a flirty bastard in this. Trust me, he is a ladies' man. Trust me, no mistake in that. And he certainly you'll be a lot of the time sat there listening to him flirt. Yeah, it gets a little bit old. It's a little bit cheesy pie, but you know what? Who gives a shit, right? Seriously, I'm not hanging up. I need to find this. Another nice thing. Again, it gives you 2 different control setups: analog controller, digital controller. I mean, this is what games companies should be doing nowadays. Seriously, they should be, really being this. Just being this good to their, the gamers, their customers, really giving us this much detail, and really making us feel like they've poured as much as they can into this. This game looks good for its age. It plays well for its age. It sounds good for its age. That is just really, really good. And then when you get this, you get a case as beautifully done as this. you just can't help but feel like as much love and dedication has been poured into this as possible. You really can't. Saving. Is there anything? Oh yeah, saving. Yeah, saving. Again, when you save, you've got to ring your frequency. Everything is in game. There's no like sort of out of game elements. And again, that's really good. This game is all about immersion. Really is. It really wants you to feel completely in depth, completely part of this world, and that's just really cool. That is really a nice touch. People nowadays are far too easy. Far too used to just hitting start, go into options, save. That's it. Turn off. This game says, if you're in the middle of an encounter, you want to save. That's not happening. You sit down to play this game. You don't just sit down to do this game. You become immersed. You know what? I don't actually think I'm going to find this somehow. Unfortunately, guys, no, I'm not. I've seen it somewhere, I swear. It's no. Typical. Well, yeah, sorry, guys. I was hoping I could find it for you. I couldn't. But needless to say, just a fantastically beautifully sculpted game. Really, really is. If you can find it, get it. Seriously, get it. It's like if you were to walk into a shop, find Final Fantasy VII or something like that. Grab it. Don't let games like this disappear. These sort of games, a couple years time, people are going to be paying out the nose for them. Seriously, they will want to have these pieces of history, and you should turn to them and say, no. That is yours. I collect games not because I want to make money from them. I collect games because I love them. I love the fact that they represent at some point represent someone's artistic inspiration being made into an actual realized product that people can enjoy. And that is what Metal Gear is. Metal Gear is really a hell of a lot of time put into making this one game just perfect. Really is a perfect experience. That's what it is, an experience. You don't do this, you live it. You really do. And there will be, if you can get some of your friends to get this game, pick it up, play it, you guys will be talking hours and hours about how you guys did this, how you guys did that. Perhaps when you are stuck, your other guys can help you out. Perhaps you're all stuck and it'll be the first one to discover the way to do it. Situations like that don't happen anymore, but with this game they do, and that's water cooler moments of what gaming is all about. So guys, no more further ado, that is Metal Gear, a full package, complete full package. If you can get it, don't miss it up. I'm sorry it's been a little bit vague, but like I said, I just don't want to ruin the story for you guys. It's such a good story. But yeah, needless to say, if you're a Metal Gear Solid fan, or if you're a tactical espionage fan, or if you're a stealth fan, or if you're whatever fan, as long as you like what this game is selling, get it. Really recommend it. No bullshit. So guys, I am going now. I may try a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. So yeah, I'm going to go and try doing one of those. And I'll let you know how it goes next time. See you later, guys. From me, the WildWestGamer. Cheers for watching. Take it easy, guys. And oh yeah, I have a nice side part in. See you later, guys. Cheers. Bye.